What's going on, folks? I hope you are all doing well. First off, I want to start the video by saying thank you to all of you that have sent me well wishes, that commented on the previous videos. I am back in California and I wanted to put out a short race recap update as to what's been going on since the race, talk a little bit about how the race went. If you've been watching my videos, you know I went into the race kind of feeling under the weather, and that has continued to progress. And we'll just start back at the beginning and kind of go through the race. This is probably not going to be a super exciting video, but I'll keep it short, just highlight some of the key pieces over the last 4 days. So last week, about this time, Tuesday, in California, Southern California, we have something called the Santa Ana winds, and it's been blowing quite a bit out here. And when it does, I tend to, as I've gotten older, have allergies. So the wind had been blowing and I had had a headache, my throat was kind of scratchy, so I just took it as normal Santa Ana wind. Allergies, had been taking some Claritin each day, and that seemed to help for the most part. And as the week went on, it just kind of persisted, nothing major. So I wasn't really alarmed. Left for the race on Thursday, drove out all day Thursday, got there around noon, checked into the race at 1, went back, got into the place that I had rented to stay with Robert, and I started to feel a little worse. And I thought, well, you know, it's been a long day. I was on the road for 6.5 hours. Then checking in, it was warm, and someone had told me that allergies were really bad in Arizona because they've been having a lot of either blooming or something to do with the rain. But anyways, allergies have been bad in Arizona. So figured, well, I thought I might get some reprieve getting to Arizona, but then realized, well, maybe I'm just going to have to deal with this through the race. Come Friday morning, I woke up and I felt really bad. My throat super raw, my ears starting to hurt, a little bit of congestion, and then I started to panic a little bit. Started to get worried that maybe it wasn't allergies, maybe I had COVID, maybe I was getting a cold. I just didn't know. And I was really worried about if I did have COVID, showing up to a race where other athletes are there, they've worked so hard, and then volunteers are there just volunteering their time to support us racing. And if I had COVID, I had to know, because I wasn't going to race if I tested positive. So went and found a drive-through test, got the test, and I tested negative. So I was relieved with that, but that just meant I was fighting something and I felt it was a little more than allergies. So I started to take some ibuprofen on Saturday just to try and relieve some of the pain so that I could drink and eat. And once we got the COVID results, we went and dropped all our bikes off, got checked in, came back, had dinner, and went to bed really early because Sunday was race day. I didn't really sleep very well Sunday night, just in a lot of pain. It's very hard to swallow. Woke up Sunday, same situation, ears kind of throbbing, throat really, really sore, not too much nasal congestion. So took some ibuprofen just so I could get some calories I needed to eat that morning. I needed to start taking in electrolytes. And overall, after getting the ibuprofen in, I started feeling pretty good. I think the adrenaline of the race was there, and I was ready to race. So got to the race site and got all my stuff in transition, headed down to the swim because they started calling us down to the swim, and I ended up being one of the first few people at the swim and just kind of hanging out. And they opened the gate, they started calling us down, and I ended up I was standing at the front of the swim, and we're kind of all looking at each other going, well, you can go first, I'm not going to go first. And one of the guys like, nope, you're doing it, go first. So I was lucky enough to actually be the first athlete. Myself and another guy were the first 2 athletes in the water when the cannon went off at 6:20 in the morning. It was a really cool experience. Hit the water, felt good the first couple of 100 yards swimming, and pretty soon I started to feel pretty labored. It felt kind of hard to breathe, and just felt really slow in the water. So swam as hard as I could and maintained the best pace I could, and got out of the water at 35 minutes. So I would like to have swam a little quicker, maybe a 32 or a 33, maybe a 130 to 140 per 100. Ended up swimming a 150 per 100. So not as fast as I would like, but I'll take 35, not bad.
Go, Chris. Hey. Keep it up, buddy.
Got out, got through transition, and got on the bike. And my throat was feeling pretty raw at that point, but I was able to drink and get in calories and got on the bike and felt really strong on the bike, actually. That course is pretty flat, pretty fast. There was a consistent wind, it felt like, coming from lots of directions. It was really kind of hard to narrow down where it was. There were a lot of little bridge climbs, so it felt like and a lot of U-turns. So what it felt like, there was a lot of times where your power would ramp way up because you were coming from almost a dead stop or going over bridges. But overall, the bike course was pretty flat and pretty fast. I rode 21.2.3 miles per hour, so not too bad. I was hoping to ride over 22, closer to 23, but at the same time, I knew that I could feel that I didn't feel good, and I didn't want to destroy myself before I got on the run. Got on in from the bike and was feeling pretty good. Got all of my bike nutrition in. That was one of my big concerns, was at Oregon. I didn't get enough nutrition in, didn't get enough sodium in, and I was cramping before I got off the bike. This time, got off the bike and started running, and the first few miles, feeling pretty good. I think my first mile was an 8-minute, and then kind of got to high 7s. And the first loop went pretty well. I carried a bottle with me with LMNT in it and was just taking in those electrolytes, trying to get that in so that for that second loop, I could really push. Got through that first loop and onto the second loop, and things really just kind of started to fall apart. I just my throat was really hurting. Mentally, my mind was just telling me to quit, to stop, to walk, and I made the commitment that I would not walk. And I think my slowest split was maybe a 10:30, where I was trucking along, and then you make this final bridge and you've got about 2 miles or so back to the finish line. And when I got to that point, I committed to myself that I'm going to go hard and bring it in the last 2 miles, and tried to pick up the pace and ran that around 8-minute miles. So overall, I ended up running 8:30s, which is a lot slower than I wanted. I really was hoping to run between 7 and 7:30s, but that's all I had on the day, and I didn't cramp and I didn't walk. So I was happy with those outcomes.
Chris Elmore. Great job, guys. Chris from Bray, California. Yogi Triathlon Club for Chris.
Overall, I am happy with that finish. I'm disappointed because I really wanted to break 5 hours. There were 6 slots available for the World Championships for the 45 to 49 age group, and I came in 12th, did not roll down at all. And I know that I felt good. I know I could have broken 5 hours. How much further down could I have gone? We'll never know. What I was happy with walking away from the race was that I didn't let the mind completely shut me down and come to a walk. And that overall I pushed through when I felt pretty terrible. So got up, got on the road early Monday morning. Our Sunday to Monday morning, I felt really feverish. I was cold and then sweating and then cold and sweating all night long. So I felt like I probably was running a fever. So got up early Monday morning, drove home the 6 hours, came straight home, dropped Robert off, and went to urgent care. Apparently what I've been dealing with for the last 4 or 5 days is strep throat. And I had 101 fever. So I have been fighting an infection. So I did get some antibiotics. I'm on my 3rd one I took this morning, and I haven't felt any better yet. I'm still kind of fighting a fever. Today's Tuesday. I'm just resting, working from home, and I have not trained Monday or today. My hope is that after 48 hours, hopefully tomorrow morning, I'll take another pill tonight. Hopefully by tomorrow morning, I will start to feel a little better. and I can start to do some recovery workouts, get in the pool, something like that. But overall, the race was a really cool experience. You always learn when you race, and these races, what make them more special, or the intriguing part about these races, are the obstacles and the adversities that we face going in with them and problem solving. And this race will be one that I will not forget. I will remember it, and I will pull from it in the future when I am on a run in an Ironman or a half Ironman or an ultra, whatever it is, and I am feeling like I am hurting and I need to stop. I can pull from this experience to when I know that I actually was hurting and that I actually didn't feel good, and I was able to keep going. So I look at this as being a successful race, and my time, not that bad. I'm not unhappy with it. So I'm overall happy with the experience. I got to see a lot of friends. I got to meet a bunch of you guys. It was really amazing. I think a lot of people recognized the Endurance kit, and people would come up and say, "Hey, are you CJ?" And I got pictures with people on the course yelling out my name. That was just an amazing experience. I had such a good time meeting you guys. And I truly appreciate all the comments and the messages on YouTube and on Instagram from all of you with the well wishes and the congratulations and all of that. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So now it is just healing. I think from today, I have 11 days until Ironman 70.3 Oceanside. So I've got 9 more days of antibiotics. 11 days till the race, so hopefully over the next day or so, I will start to feel better and I will recover. And I'm really motivated for Oceanside. I have to admit, I wanted to do Oceanside, and then I signed up, and then during the build of the last week of Arizona and then not feeling good, I really was questioning why I signed up for Oceanside, and am I going to have the ability to do it on the run? Just the negative thoughts on the run when I didn't feel good, just like, there's no way you can do Oceanside. Why did you sign up for it? But coming out of the race, being 24 hours and now a little bit further than that away, I am super pumped for Oceanside. I am excited to hopefully feel better and go into that race and give it my all again, and see what I can do with a course that is a little hillier and a little more challenging. So I just want to say thank you guys. I will talk to you soon.